What is going on, everybody? Zac Graham back again for FTNDaily.com, previewing Game Week 7 on the MLB side of things over at Sorare. If you haven't signed up at Sorare yet and you're looking to get in the game, make sure you click on the link in the description of this video. Sign up through that link and you'll get a free limited card after the first 5 purchases you make on the primary marketplace, building up that scarcity card collection. And I guess if you're a first timer, let's talk a little bit about what Sorare actually is. Sorare is a sports fantasy game and marketplace featuring officially licensed digital player cards from the MLB, NBA, and global football. And with Sorare, you build and own teams, buying, selling, collecting, and trading officially licensed digital player cards, and compete with them in fantasy games to win rewards week over week and season over season, just like professional sports owners and general managers. Rewards for these contests include some of those scarcity player cards I was mentioning and real life rewards such as tickets to games, autographed jerseys, gift cards, VIP experiences, and more, bringing the physical and digital world together. Sorare is the future of fantasy sports, taking ownership to the next level, a true dynasty game in which players own their cards forever. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here in Game Week 7. And again, we like to take a little bit of a look at the marketplace. And I guess we can start. Let's start kind of with our Goldschmidt meter. We've used, I guess I should say, Paul Goldschmidt as kind of an interesting barometer of where the market is at, both with pricing, low asks on some of these scarcity cards, and with how many cards they auction feature here at Sorare. You can see the new card auctions here. How many cards are being pumped out in that fashion, because that is the main way cards are distributed here, the scarcity cards on Sorare. So if we take a look, go ahead and search up our Paul Goldschmidt here and sort by lowest price, we see some 2023 cards actually making their way into the market. So I think that is a decent sign that the time is coming. I don't think it's quite here yet, but the time is coming where potentially buying cards on this primary market instead of through the new card auctions, like just direct manager sales here. I think that could be the way to go in terms of building out our scarcity card collection going forward, but still not quite there yet, because you see, although these 2023 cards are making their way into the manager sales feature or tab, and again, the difference between the 2023 edition and last year's is you see the XP bonus higher on the 2023 cards compared to the cards from last season. So that is the benefit of the 2023 card. But if you click, right around a $45 low ask here for Goldie, if you look, 4 of the last 5 limited sales of this card are from that new card auction, and you're getting all of the winners of those auctions got their Goldschmidt cards for a few dollars cheaper than, it looks like between $39 and $43. So again, the $45 low ask on the open market, still beneficial for your wallet to be winning some of those auctions for players that you're targeting. So we'll keep our eye on that, on the market as a whole, and make a declaration when we feel like it's appropriate to start really investing in those direct manager sales. No cores this week, no Great American Ballpark. So, we could continue down the list of hitter-friendly ballparks. And Globe Life Park in Arlington certainly can be qualified as that. It's not one of those top 3 or 5 parks for hitters, but I think top 10 is probably a fair thing to say. And the way the Rangers are playing right now, combined with their opponent this weekend, 3-game set coming up with division rival Oakland sporting the worst record in MLB, and have given up 151 runs in just their first 19 games. Texas, on the other hand, heating up even without Corey Seager and Mitch Garver, who they lost recently to injuries. Rangers just smashed the Royals in that 3-game set midweek, combined 28-5 scoreline in that one. And the Royals certainly not any great shakes for them either. So a good set in the schedule here for the Rangers. And I guess now 6 games between Royals and Rangers this year, combined scoreline of 48-22. So look, if you can't tell, I'm hyped up that I can finally say some good things about my Texas Rangers. So let's do a little bit of a homer dive into them this week with the A's coming to town. I think we can find some values here. I mean, first of all, Marcus Semien, he's not going to be the cheapest Ranger you can get to, but the prices on somebody like Semien are coming down. I think that we've seen a little bit of a market downturn, not just on the MLB side of things, but both, or for all three, I should say, baseball, NBA, and soccer. You know, for the uneducated like me, calling it soccer there. You can see up at the top, they call it football. So Semien, low ask of right around $47, $48 here, but no 2023 limiteds on the primary market here for Semien. So again, just kind of leaning into that idea. This isn't the best way to build yet, but if you wanted a Semien right now and don't, not going to wait for his auction to come around today or tomorrow, then obviously snapping one of these up, $47, not terrible. But there's better deals here, just in terms of the actual price. We look at somebody like Adolis Garcia, who's heating up, $37 low ask. You see a 2023 Adolis in there for $38, and even lower, like Nate Lowe, somebody like Nate Lowe, who's had some very big game weeks to start this year. Low ask of $18. You're seeing mostly 2022 cards in there. You can notice when they changed after he had made the move last year, they changed his jersey. Those are still the same card, just a different picture. Josh Jung, right? Somebody else on this in terms of the corner infielder position. You see two 2023 cards in there. You get a 2022 Jung for under $20. And even cheaper, Jonah Heim has been fantastic. And how I know that is I have his common card, so he's been helping me a couple of these game weeks in my common competitions. You can pick up a Jonah Heim limited for under $8 right now. You can see that 2023 card right now, about $13.50. So I think that would probably be my favorite buy from the Rangers. But again, a couple options kind of up and down the pricing spectrum to get exposure to this Texas team this weekend. And I think if you wanted to look into some of their pitchers as well, that's not a terrible idea. So Rangers will take game week 7 to get a little bit of a homer touch in there. I think the Rangers hosting the A's this weekend it's a good team to target if you're trying to pick up a couple limited cards. And again, for those scarcity contests, let's just remind you, after you participate in your first common contest, I believe that is the prospect contest. You can only play in that during your first game week. So you're going to be going up against other newbies. Then you've got the minors competition here, which only allows players who have not won a limited card yet to participate. So that's usually where I've been living. There are 200 limited cards up for grabs. 100% of the field gets paid out with a common card reward. Common All-Star, very similar, less limited cards up at the top, and every manager can compete. And then once you're getting into the limited, the rare, super rare, you've got to have only those scarcity cards. Although right now, with that majors competition, you can play common cards. The limited cards are just going to get a 40% scoring bonus. So unless you have a full set of limited cards ready to roll, that 7-man roster, I would not be entering that majors contest yet. I'm still building out my scarcity card collection. We'll be getting into some of those limited competitions as the season rolls along. And an easy way to get involved in that scarcity card market, if you don't want to sit in the auction room and build your team out like that, or try to snipe cards on the open market, the manager sales tab, you can get access to these starter packs right at the top of the play page or the upcoming page. You get lineups of 7 limited cards for $70, or it's a very nice $69 price tag on all of these. Look at some of these packs. This lineup would have finished 10th in the limited All-Star contest last week. 10th, 16th, 15th, 7th, 13th. Like all of these lineups here that you can buy for as a $70 bundle would have gotten you a big cash last week in the limited All-Star contest. So again, just drawing attention to those starter packs, another way to jumpstart your scarcity card collection. Let's close it out. Building my common minors lineup this week. And luckily I've built up, we've got 5 of these starting pitchers in the rotation now. So hopefully not going to come up against a game week like I did 3 or 4 game weeks ago where I had no probable pitchers and had to take the 0 in that starting spot. We'll go Hunter Green, I believe, taking on the Pirates. Yeah, on the road at the Pirates this weekend. I'm going to slot him in as my starter. Huge week, for Jose Alvarado. 40 points on the week last week. I've got John Hernandez, though, as well, going up against the A's at home. I don't hate that. Clay Holmes has been solid throughout the year. Floro coming off a 30-point week. I think I'm going to go back to Alvarado again, taking on the Rockies away from Coors this week out there in Philly. So give me Alvarado again. Nate Lowe slotting in my Rangers this week from the hitting perspective. I've got Jonah Heim there. I've got Sal Perez here in terms of my middle infielders. I'll get Heim in there later. We'll go Sal Perez now. Jared Kelenic is was my reward from this past game week. So I'm going to slot him in there over Chris Bryant. Of course, Bryant on the road at the Phillies. Kelenic at home against the Cardinals. And had his worst game week of the season last week. And so I think he gets back on track here in the friendly confines. Kelenic in the lineup. We're going to go Jonah Heim. Again, Jonah Heim, he's my extra hitter this week. 3 straight game weeks of 22 plus Sorare points. So I'm more than happy to get him back in the lineup. You know, we're talking Rangers this week. Happy to play him. And then for my last spot, I think I'm just going to round it out here this morning. Nice and easy with the old man, Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson taking on the Tigers at home this weekend. You know, I'm not jumping out of my skin excited to roster Kyle Gibson here, but I'll take the starting performance this weekend and we'll roll with it. We'll see what happens with Kyle Gibson rounding out that lineup. We'll get that submitted and we're ready for game week 7. Appreciate you tuning in here for the game week 7 preview. Again, if you're just signing up for Sorare, make sure you sign up through the link in the description of this video. Take advantage of that free limited card offer. And if you want a second set of eyes or just have a question about Sorare in general, don't hesitate to tag me on Twitter at KawaisenbergDFS or in the FTN Daily Discord channels. Good luck in game week 7. We'll see you back here on Monday morning for the game week 8 preview. Good luck this weekend. See you next time.